Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the official SDW podcast, where we dive into all the thrilling action, unforgettable moments, and jaw-dropping drama from Stone Dog Wrestling. I'm your host, Carly Cross, here to set the stage for this week's deep dive into the fallout from Friday Night Lightning. Last week's show was absolutely explosive. Titles changed hands, rivalries reached boiling points, and Tony Khan continued to push his authority to the limits. With Deck the Halls on the horizon, the stakes have never been higher. Now, to break it all down, let's turn things over to the voices of SDW's weekly recaps, Greg and Sandy. They'll give you all the insights, the speculation, and yes, maybe even a little bit of arguing along the way. Greg, Sandy, take it away.
All right, so Friday Night Lightning, huh? What a night.
Yeah, can't argue with that. SDW really brought it this time.
Definitely kept us on the edge of our seats. And that's what we're diving into tonight, right?
Absolutely. Unpacking all the chaos, all the drama, figuring out what it all means, for the future of SDW, especially with Deck the Halls right around the corner.
And man, where do we even begin? So many wild moments.
Well, I think we got to start with that Extreme title match, right? Braddock Knight and the Sandman, that was something else.
Oh, absolutely. Brutal. 2 out of 3 falls,
Mm-hmm.
That just adds another level of intensity.
Definitely. You could see the respect between them, too. But it was like, respect, yeah, but also, I got to take you down.
Yeah, and Knight barely held on to that title.
Yeah.
But, what happened after the match? That's what really got me.
Oh, you mean Eddie Kingston?
Yeah. Coming out of nowhere like that. Attacking Knight after a brutal match. Talk about a statement.
It was a statement, all right. Kingston is making it clear, he's not messing around. He's coming for that title and for the top spot.
And he doesn't care who gets in his way. It's like he's embracing this whole anti-hero thing, defying authority and just going for what he wants.
Exactly. Fits right into the whole SDW vibe, chaos, rebellion, and yeah, Tony Khan loving every minute of it, especially when it comes to the Women's Tag Team Championship.
Right. I mean, the anarchists, Rhea and Lilith, they just keep dominating. Another big win against the Fallen.
Dominant, for sure. It makes you wonder, what's next for Asuka and Alexa after a loss like that.
Yeah, tough spot. They're both incredible, but, did they stick together, try to climb back up? Or could this, be the start of something different, maybe even a rivalry between them?
Interesting. Definitely something to keep an eye on. But for now, the anarchists are definitely in control. And then there's the TV title, Triple Threat.
Outlaw Epps. What a win. That Unleashed match was wild. And then the fan vote finish. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Oh, definitely. You never know what's going to happen with a fan vote, right? Talk about unpredictability. But hey, it worked. Huge moment for Epps, and it totally shakes up the TV title scene.
Big time. Speaking of unpredictable, that global title match, Jimmy Phoenix, undefeated streak, gone. Snapped just like that.
Yeah, Adam Cole, new global champion, and you gotta admit, Tony Khan had a hand in that. That whole handicap match with MJF, it was a lot.
Oh, yeah, he set Phoenix up. And now, there's going to be fallout, for sure. Phoenix, he's built his whole thing around being unbeatable. This has got to shake him, right?
Absolutely. It's a turning point, Does he crumble under the pressure, or does this light of fire under him make him come back even stronger?
Big questions.
Yeah.
And then you have Cole. Right back in the championship picture.
Yeah.
The fact that he worked with MJF, that shows how much he wants that title.
Yeah, it makes you think about Cole's character, too. Is he willing to do whatever it takes, even compromise his, his principles? Or is he playing a longer game here, using MJF to get what he wants in the end?
Good point. We'll have to see how that plays out. But we can't forget that cage match, can we? Dizzy and Thunder. That was intense.
That was a war. You could feel the bad blood, the history between them. It all just exploded in that cage.
Yeah, Dizzy got the win, but at what cost, They both took a beating.
A Pyrrhic victory, if you ask me. Makes you wonder what's next for them. Can they even, repair their friendship after all that?
Tough to say. But speaking of rivalries, Steven McGregor taking back the U.S. title from Kenny Omega. What a match.
McGregor, man, that guy's a legend. Showed incredible heart, resilience. This win, it just adds to his legacy, Proves he's still a top contender.
And Omega got a sting for him. He's been on a tear lately, but McGregor just outplayed him, plain and simple.
Definitely a setback. Makes you wonder, how does he respond? Does he go for a rematch? Or maybe set his sights on a different title? So many possibilities.
For sure. And to close out the night, we had the crazy 6-man tag, Absolution and Sammy Rose versus Tempest and the Maniacs. Time limit draw, but of course Tony Khan always got to stir the pot. Gives the Maniacs a title shot anyway.
Classic Khan, right. Creating chaos, keeping things interesting, and yeah, maybe pushing some buttons along the way, but the fans are loving it. So.
It's true. He's playing with fire, though. Defying the commission, making these decisions that, I mean, they benefit some wrestlers, but they definitely screw over others.
And people are starting to notice, you know, that resentment, it's building. It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop.
So after all this, what's the big takeaway?
SDW is a powder keg right now.
Yeah.
New champions, alliances shifting, everyone's got scores to settle. And with Tony Khan in the mix, who knows what's next?
It's going to be wild. Deck the Halls is going to be
explosive.
Absolutely explosive.
I'm sorry, believe it. Believe it.
What a ride this week's show has been. Huge thanks to Greg and Sandy for giving us the breakdown we all needed, and to you for tuning in to the SDW podcast. Don't forget, the action doesn't stop here. Join us every Friday night at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Stone Dog Wrestling live shows on Twitch and YouTube. Witness the drama, the rivalries, and the unforgettable moments unfold in real time. And hey, while you're here, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications on YouTube so you never miss an episode of the podcast or a second of the live action. This is Carly Cross signing off for now, but we'll see you ringside next week. Until then, stay hyped, stay loyal, and stay tuned.